You're live. I think. Wait. Yeah, you're live.
We're alive.
I bumped the mic on the way back.
I've got it.
We are in fact live. I see it.
I'm as alive as you need me to be. You know what I mean?
Alive.
But not alive.
We're delivering a prepared message this morning from your pals at Fender.
Get ready.
But first, hit him, Sean.
Fender wanted us to say, "You're watching iCarly."
I knew it. I knew it was how it was going to go.
It was coming, baby.
Ned already said it.
I'm
Ned had it.
iCarly. Yeah, you are.
Listen, did we talk about
Perfect, Chad.
you missed it, I think, but did we talk about the guitar that our pal, the Mighty Woodrow, brought in last week?
I didn't see anything.
Because you were gone. But I saw it. Mighty Woodrow, am I allowed to talk about it? I don't know. Could be a secret. But I feel like I should talk about it. I was the only one to really get to see it. Baxter was gone.
Did he finally do it? Did he fulfill his dream and play a
PVT 60? Yeah.
Is that what it is? I was thinking, I was like, what's a funny guitar that he definitely wouldn't play? I was going through them, I was like,
I mean, we've all been there.
Offset,
There's nothing wrong. No. So, it was I believe it was his dad's, right? He acquired it.
Yeah.
From what I could tell, I believe it was a 1954 J160E. Which is the first year they made those.
Yeah.
You know, with the knobs, you know, the whole John Lennon-y, like, Gibson acoustic thing.
Yeah.
Dude, it's awesome.
That's
Crazy checking on the top. Like,
That's dope.
played really fun.
He said it was his grandfather's.
Grandfather's. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Grandfather's.
Regardless, though, I figured he was like us, like the only one, you know? Like in our families. I didn't realize that. That's cool, dude. That's badass.
A man of heritage.
A man of heritage.
And then
He's
there's
got
us.
There's
Mutts.
Mutts, baby.
Good
But that's
old
cool.
Mutts. No, it was
That's
super
awesome.
cool. It was very cool. It was a super cool guitar. I was actually telling Baxter about it yesterday. That was awesome guitar. And it was fun because it was the rare time that someone brought something in, and I was like, this is actually cooler. Because you know, like usually, listen, you guys are not, well, I shouldn't even be saying this, but it's live stream, and I trust everyone here, so I'm just going to throw it. Like, people will come in and they'll be like, my grandfather got this in 1932, you know, and it'll be a guitar that they didn't make until like the 80s, you know what I mean, or something, and it'll be like, oh. And you have to say, I'm sorry, I think that this maybe is, you know, made in China. You know what I mean? Like, that happens, and it's always awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah. I had that happen this week, actually. A lady brought in this guitar that they had gotten. It was like a Fender CD60 kind of thing, right? And they're like, no, my daddy got this, and he said that it's worth X. I was like, this guitar is from like the last 5 years.
And it's worth $250 new, and it's worth less than, you know, it's worth nothing. But this was a cool instance of like, you know, his grandfather was conservative, like, oh, I think it's from 50, 56, 55, 56. And I was like, actually, I think this is from the first year, from 1954. And it was in great shape, and I'm like, actually, it's worth a lot more than he thinks it's worth. And it was really, it's cool. It's cool to be able to have that, you know what I mean? And I was like, that's awesome.
That's like another local legend, a local myth, if you will. Bobby. Bobby's got a really cool 330 that is phenomenal. Like,
for sure.
Wow. But that's also another story where it's like, oh, it's a cool, you know, heritage thing, lineage.
For sure. Because
you know?
that guitar came from his wife's family, father-in-law. Yeah. Which is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
The Mighty Woodrow says that his grandfather, he played bass for Percy Sledge in the early 70s. Now, that's badass.
That is badass.
I mean, there's not too many things cooler than that, to be fair. It's just cool. Ned's done the shops. Boo. Boo.
Gotta go. Oh, he's gotta leave.
Don't go. Don't go.
Don't go away.
What's up with the deluxe hanging behind you guys? Well, that is Baxter's. As is most of the stuff in this little room.
Yeah. Little arm sweat on that thing.
You know.
Little arm sweat.
Little arm sweat. But yeah, Baxter's got a couple old, like, 70s Les Pauls like that. That are, you know, He's got the 3 pickup one that's behind us too.
Mayor McCheese is getting us into our first topic.
Oh, God.
So, lukewarm take. Fender hired their new CEO to capitalize on a conservative Japanese government. I think that is not necessarily completely true. I could be wrong. Here's what I think. I think they brought in this guy. If you don't know, our good bud, Cole, is taking over as CEO for Fender. Taking the reins from Mr. Andy Mooney. But Andy Mooney's been doing this job for almost 10 years. So I think I think he was kind of ready to take a step back.
It's probably about time.
Yeah, I think it was, and because also this guy came from within the company, I think this has been in the works in the background for probably 2 years or so. The Tokyo store, all that stuff, this guy's had a lot of success under his belt. So I think they're just kind of promoting the next in line that seem to have the most successful ideas.
I mean, that's a huge market for Fender. Asia, that whole Asian Pacific. I don't know that it works the same as this market, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
It's a lot more like, I don't know, just the guitars that come out of like Fender Japan are different.
They are.
Stylistically.
And I don't know that the same things are appreciated, if that makes any sort of sense. Do you know what I mean? And I love some of the Japanese guitars, but here let's be real journalists. No, I'm just mostly kidding about that. But I did see this because I had my thoughts about this guy. I thought, okay, well, this is going to be a step towards more direct sales. I haven't heard anything about the shops, the actual dealers, But Dennis Galuska of the Master Builders Fender Custom Shop said, I'm seeing lots of comments in our new CEO Bud Cole. Speaking from the shop, we are thrilled and very excited about this. Bud understands this company and the shop perfectly. He was the only person on our wish list. For the first time in a long time, Fender across the board is being run by Fender people. And the shop as a whole feels really good, and I can't wait to see the company progress. You will see it as well. Congratulations, Bud. Perfect choice. So that's from a master builder.
Yeah. I
know the mayor's thoughts about the term master builder.
Builder.
That's from someone in the custom shop. And then you got guys from Fender chiming in the comments. But I mean, obviously, you can make the argument that it's just okay. Well, they're just towing the company line, it's one of those things you just don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I see
until it happens.
Yeah, I see a lot of people on the Japan part of this, right? I think it is a. I personally am not focusing too much on that because I don't think that is as much of a factor. I do think the fact that he opened up the Tokyo store is more of a factor, the direct-to-customer stuff. Now, I actually had a really good phone call with somebody the other day about some things that are changing within Fender. But one of the things that we got to talking about was direct-to-customer and why, as an independent shop, like obviously we have a fiery side to us about things like that because they've then become our direct competitors, right? We're competing with the people who are also providing us the things that we like to sell. Yeah. So, it is weird to say this because at one point in time I don't think this was the case at all, but whenever you talk about direct-to-customer, it's bound to happen, I think. Gibson does a way better job of, I think, managing that side of their business. Now, is it still a little aggravating? Sure, but I do think that, I don't see them pushing a 10% off sale on their website all the fucking time. And I'm only putting it that way because I hope somebody at Fender sees this and maybe goes, oh yeah, it is a little egregious. It's a little aggressive, Same thing with the geo-targeted ads and stuff like that. It's a little much. So, that's my only thought about it. Exactly. Competing with the plug. That's right.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it could be really good. It could be, he might understand both markets, and it might be great. We'll see.
I know. I'm hoping that it's going to be good. I think, I'm hoping that there's something very sterile about their online presence when it comes to Fender's website and the direct-to-customer sales and stuff like that.
Very aggressive.
Yes.
Like that geo-targeting. You walk in a guitar store, here's a Fender for $20 off.
I want to see them pull up from that, and because Fender Tokyo looks badass. It looks
does.
awesome.
Well, listen, and I'm not necessarily against a Fender the Fender version of the Gibson Garage. One Gibson Garage is cool. It inspires people.
It's amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, so if they do that where it's like near the factory and you can go there and make your own pilgrimage and like look at everything, awesome. Because that gets people jonesed up. And you know.
Yes, and they want to make a pilgrimage to that place. And listen, you want to sell guitars and stuff like that too. We get it. That's awesome.
Sure.
But you know, do it in a way that that lifts your brand, not in a way that feels like it almost cheapens it. You know.
Yeah.
So that's that on my side.
Tom says, I have no real basis for this, but I assume Japanese customers have higher standards. It's funny because I feel like they just have different standards. There are different things. Like, I'm going to give you a hot take. Everybody talks about how wonderful the Japanese guitars are. And they're better than... And they were at a time when the U.S. guitars were shit.
This is true.
But being better than a shit guitar doesn't make you an amazing guitar. It makes you an okay guitar. Because people will say, the Japanese ones are amazing, except they're really heavy and you have to change all the electronics and swap the pickups. Well, that's not amazing. And
the necks are a little thin. And you know.
They are cool, and I think that they do a thing. They were doing a thing like... Great example, right? Like those... 60s customs, the double bound that they were making in Japan, and everybody loved them, and they've got the cool colors and they're double bound, and like, but the pickups weren't great. They were kind of heavy. The finish is really thick. Fit and finish of them is great, and they look amazing. I would like to see them be a little more resonant.
I was gonna say,
and I'd like to see better electronics. But so I think that like Japanese, folks appreciate like luxury in sort of a different way.
Well, and the aesthetic of it is, I think the aesthetic, and not saying that means that they're throwing out the rest of the guitar. I think intonation is really important too, and I think they hone in on those things.
Yeah.
But the overall aesthetic of the instrument seems to be the biggest draw, and I think that's cool because over there, to what I kind of lean into whenever I am looking through Fender Japan stuff or just the Japanese guitar culture, it seems like relics and stuff like that are not as much of a thing.
No, it's like the cool, it's like the Final Fantasy guitar.
Exactly.
Or like the Monster Hunter thing. Like those are cool, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I will say, like Gretsch is a good example of what it could be because the Japanese made Gretsch stuff I think has been amazing for a long time.
Yeah.
Like in every way, and so I'd be fine if they leaned into that a little bit more.
I think it is wild to me that Japan specifically does Fender and Americana and like that aesthetic is such a loved thing there that they go out of their way to like hone those things, like I can't tell you how many vintage Strats and vintage Gretches end up in Japan. It's kind of nuts, but it is because of the admiration of those things. It's wild.
Now, Alex Woodridge says, I can't speak this morning apparently, says, I had a Japanese-made Gretsch Billy Bow, and it sucked so bad, I was surprised. That is kind of surprising. I will say, though, this, and Sean and I have had this conversation, I feel like for as good as some of the Japanese Gretches are, some of them are horrible, like, you have to sit and baby them and let them settle in for a long time. Like, even my Falcon, honestly, was kind of that way, right? I was like, I know this can be awesome. I've had one Japanese Gretsch that I was like, it had some stuff, and I didn't feel like dealing with it. But so, what year was the Billy Bow? And because there was a down couple years, I think, in early, like late 90s, early 2000s for that stuff, too. Yeah. But
I think in the last, similar to, like, a lot of the rest of Fender, there was this cool rise over the last 10, maybe even going on 15 years now, where Gretsch has built the same wave of kind of quality, getting better and better and better, and then it kind of plateaued at a certain point. Maybe around the 2020 mark, 2019, 2020, you started to see this kind of plateau off, I think, where quality-wise it got really good, and they've kind of just held there, and they've been trying to figure out what's the next
trying
exciting
this new, those like really flat looking square pickups or head pickups. They're like supposed to be somewhere between a Filtertron and a humbucker.
Yeah.
I kind of love the way those 335-ish ones play.
Yeah.
And sound and everything, but I wish the pickups looked like real Filtertrons.
Yeah. Just
that's such a vain, dumb thing, but I'm like, because I want this to look like this, right? And then I want, friggin' a Gretsch to like a Gretsch. 2005 was the Billy Bow. Really hard to get right. Yeah, no, that sucks. William Robinson, by the way, yeah, you messaged me the other day, but I was going to actually ask you about that. One of the locking tuners, did it break or did it just unscrew all the way? I was wondering if you took that to your luthier yet, if they peeked at it. If it broke, then you should definitely. We can hit up Gretsch for you and get it, because that should be all warranty stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool guitar though, for sure. But anyways, the Jet. But anyways, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Sean?
What are you gonna do? We're gonna go to NAMM in a couple of weeks. That's what we're gonna do.
Real talk. Looking forward to NAMM.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's gonna be good.
I am actually looking forward to going. I'm looking forward to going. The thing I think that makes me dread it is the hassle of like leaving life for a week. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we're gonna be gone.
It is. It is.
It's like,
bittersweet in that way, isn't it? It's kind of like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
But no Diddy. Diddy comes. Thanks, man.
It's your lighter color shirt.
Hell yeah. Filtertrons
are death.
I mean,
I'm sorry with you.
Listen.
Unless you're Sean and you hate
I was gonna say
good things.
I take a Gretsch in a recording situation. Give me a Gretsch and I could make use of it, but I don't know, live playing it just for like playing sake, it doesn't do it for me.
I enjoy it. I like playing mine, and I'm always trying to find ways to make it work in situations where it really doesn't. But now I did sit down with that thing the other day. I did that track for our pal William.
Yeah.
And I did this like R&B sort of hip hoppy thing for this guy. I did all the guitar parts, and I had this idea. I had 4 separate parts, and I sat down with a Falcon to just do one of the things, and ended up tracking the whole thing with it. And I sent it to them. They were like, yeah, because there is something about recording wise, it sits in a cool place.
Yeah.
The Filtertrons do, like in a mix, right? But and nothing else really sounds like that. You know what I mean? Like, but
well, it goes back to like it's like a little champ, in a studio situation. You probably do want to play through that,
but not necessarily
live.
like live,
You'd be
or in your living room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guitar players throughout our brief little rock history where they love a certain guitar, but you don't know it because they always played this certain thing live because it just worked, right?
Well, it's like
Eddie Van Halen loved 335s.
Yeah.
And put a 335 pickup in some of his little, crazy Frankenstein guitars, but nobody knew that for the longest time because they were like, that's not rock and roll. So and it doesn't do all the things he needs it to do live.
Well, and in like a recording situation, everybody thinks they know what you're using, because of what you play live.
Yeah.
But then the reality, kind of like Jimi Hendrix in a studio situation, he's played all kinds of stuff, just because that was the sound that he was trying to get.
Okay, so William Robinson said his local luthier said I had to go to a Fender dealer to order that part. Well, then send us a picture of the broken piece, right? Like the piece that came off and the piece where it is. And then I'll see if I can't get you that part, and then we'll ship it to you. Because if it's broken, then it should just it should just be because I mean you haven't had that guitar that long, but it should be covered regardless. So yeah, send us that, and we'll get you sorted. Todd Roy says EVH loved effing with people about what gear he was using, which I kind of think is fun. The Castadoza is a parts caster. It's a parts caster, Sean.
Parts caster? Come on. Not really, huh? I mean, I will say, being out to my sweet boy's house, he does all this shit at home.
He actually
in his shop. Yeah, like
does the bodies,
the inlays, the frets. Jesus Christ, the fret work. If you have
they wind their own pickups.
Yes, his wife winds the fucking pickups.
He makes that little cool neck plate. He etches it.
Yes, here's where I'll meet you at. Okay.
I mean, it is a bolt-on neck.
If it is a parts caster, it's only a parts caster in the way that every guitar is a parts caster.
Every guitar ever made that owes anything to Fender is a parts caster.
Yes. In general, like every Yamaha Pacifica is a parts caster, right?
I mean, because he
Make all
shapes the
parts.
necks. He does.
He does
yeah,
all
I
this
mean,
shit,
like
yeah.
the necks aren't just like he didn't like order them from Warmouth or anything.
I'll put it this way: before we started doing anything with Gabriel at Echo Park or Carlos, and Carlos took on this endeavor, and seeing the process that goes into it, I used to think boutique guitars were like. I thought it was all bullshit and smoke and mirrors, and like people just order parts from overseas and they slap these fucking things together. And then you meet somebody like Carlos, and you're like watching him build this thing, and you're like,
it is pretty cool.
You're like, fuck,
actually.
Dude. Like, yeah, I get. It sounds
but there is a different. This is gonna sound so dumb, but there's a different feel to a guitar that's been built like that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird.
You can just tell there's some handmade abnormalities in them, and I don't mean that at all in a negative way.
No.
But, like, you can kind of tell it's done by hand.
Yeah.
Right? Even though the fit and finish is really great. And it feels totally different than, like, say, for example, a Nash guitar. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm a huge fan of Nash guitars. I actually really like them. They are parts casters, right? Like, pretty much. You know what I mean? But they're really good ones.
Yeah.
So, but they feel different. They feel totally different.
Here's a thought.
You know?
Why is parts caster a bad word?
Because so many people make them and they're bad.
That's the truth. I think that is the truth. It's more.
It's really more like of a, you know, like a, God, I can't even think of the word I want. It's like a, it's almost like a slur we come up with for like a certain construction style because it's really accessible.
Yes.
And we talked about this before on here, and the mayor's kind of got it like the right idea. Like you could educate someone and they could be good enough at it, like Bill Nash, where he builds you this parts caster and you're like, damn, because the sum of the parts is greater sometimes. Like with the right know-how, like the person who knows how to make everything, like massage everything. There is something to. I think there is. In my anecdotal experience, that's what I believe.
I completely agree with you. I think it is a.
But you'd be hard pressed to say that. Like.
Yeah. No.
I mean, if you start with a chunk of wood and it turns into your neck.
Yes.
And you cut out your own body shape, you know.
Yeah.
CNC or not.
Your finish is so unique to you, you know, like the neck finish on these things, the mole finish. His fretwork is phenomenal. I can't stress that enough. I know he had Laser working with him for a bit, but I think it's I think Laser is left, and I'm always impressed because the fret ends are so round. There's not a sharp fret end on the damn thing, but they are just perfectly round. It's ridiculous. I asked him whenever we went out there, I was like, how do you do that? He was like, time. I was like, fuck. Have you ever looked at those?
Time.
I mean,
I don't want to look at it.
They're fucking round, man.
It's gonna piss me off because I'm gonna look at my Gibson, which I love, and I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yeah, well,
oh, wow.
I'm sorry, and don't get me wrong. I want to buy a 335 next.
But it's not the same as that.
But no, like this is insane. Like that's the level of detail that you're like, holy shit. I mean, because this is number 296. It is it's fucking impressive.
That's the other thing about like building. You know, like when Carlos started, right? He was doing what, like 5 or 6 guitars a month.
Yeah.
He might be up to like 20 guitars a month. You think he's making more than that?
I don't know.
What's that weird little buzzy noise?
I think the fire alarm's going off and building over here.
So basically, the whole store's burning down while we live stream. That'd be cool. Hopefully, David gets out. Sean Brooks says, "I round them."
I mean, yeah. I'll tell you, I know how he's doing it, but it's just a level of polishing and continuously just
something burning down.
That's what I was checking to make sure nothing. No, I think there's testing.
JP just dragged David out of the burning casino showroom.
I saved his life.
Listen, let's see about. Tom says irrelevant, but there was a leak yesterday. Apparently, Earthquaker Devices and Dr. Z. 2 preamp pedal. This is interesting because Sean is a lover of Earthquaker.
Yeah, they told me about this a while back.
Dr. Z.
I think it's cool.
Is it gonna be like the Imperial kind of thing, like the Tone King pedal, sort of same idea, like it is your amp, but it can also be a preamp kind of thing?
I think that's kind of what they're leaning into. I haven't read. The guy, our Earthquaker rep, talked me up on it like a month and a half ago, and I meant to look up and follow up in the email and see what the whole deal was of it. But from what I'm recalling, it's supposed to be pretty cool. I think that's what he said on the phone. Was it supposed to kind of be an amp, or it can be, just a preamp pedal? So. I don't know.
I'd be interested.
Stuff like that to me is cool, but I'm also, I don't know, I'm at a place with like drive and
skeptical
stuff. Yeah, I'm like,
Listen, I'm so happy with all of my. I haven't even looked at pedals and things for a while. Other than I did, I am still tempted by the old, the Tone King one. Greg McFadden in a minute's gonna be like, you gotta go buy one, which I appreciate your temptations.
Yeah.
But one day. One day. First, I have to have like water and electricity in my house.
Yeah,
And finish all that happening.
The build is happening.
But
we might post some photos in the casino crew when it's done.
We can post some photos in the casino crew.
Look at that.
We actually we were thinking about next week. Christy's gone to Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
And I might let the kids come and sit in here for live stream. We might let them sit over there with the microphone. You guys can ask them random, appropriate.
Yes. A guitar player's child.
Children.
Both of them. What, your burning desired questions as to what it's like to be the child of a musician, I guess.
We hate it. Nothing but neglect. Neglect and sadness. I don't think that's true. But,
yeah, baby.
Mayor McCheese is over here plotting for the downfall of all the aging out of all the luthiers. Building an empire.
I meant to ask you, was it a leak or a leak? Nice. I was going to ask you some stuff about a topic that we could talk about before.
All right.
Basically, Little Bird told me.
Nope.
Studio One is going to be turning into Fender One, possibly. I was like, huh. Neat. I don't know.
Think that gets announced around Namish time?
I think so. I don't know. I just heard this through the grapevine of distrust.
I heard it through the grapevine.
Now, I don't know. I don't know if we've been told anything on it or not, but that's what's on the street. I don't know how many of you understand what I'm saying.
So they're going to ruin it.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. I was like, oh, they're going to kill it?
So it was so good. And then now... Because, basically, what would they possibly do other than just add in all the Fender, amps standard, you know what I mean?
And what is the thing called? Oh, it's Fender Studio. That's the other thing. They've already, dipped their toes into that water.
Yeah, and I don't remember anything about but now here's the thing about that sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Fender will release a thing like that.
Yeah.
Flies under the radar, and it'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
And just no one cares. And then instead of dealing with it or doing a little slightly better or different marketing, they just let it fall by the wayside. Like the last redesign of the pedals, the ones we liked.
Yeah.
Different things like that. Where we're okay, this is pretty good.
Well, they do that, and I think the issue is a couple issues. Marketing, but also, you just have to keep doing it. I feel like they just gave up.
Consistency.
3 years, and they come out with those shitty-ass, no offense, hammer tone pedals.
Yeah,
those
things
fucking suck, dude.
Well, now here's the thing, right?
Because the stuff before was so great. Go ahead, sorry.
Don't change Studio One at all.
Yep.
Just include all the sounds from the Tone Master Pro. Kind of like Helix Native kind of thing. Because if you did that,
yeah,
then I'm kind of in, right? Because I can sit there and great guitar. Because honestly, I really like recorded. I really like the Tone Master Pro.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I feel like that is where it gets lost for some companies, right? I think a good example of somebody doing it right. 2 Rock came out with the blue Bloomfield Drive VST thing, right? And the plug-in.
Yeah.
And then that was it. They leave it and then do the thing. It's cool. If you use it, you use it. If you don't, you don't. It's okay. Just whatever they do, I hope that, just do something, but simplify it, put it in, be done.
Be done.
Because that would be awesome. That would probably drive a lot of people to it if it was hey, you get all these emulations of Fender amps.
Absolutely.
Even
if it was just the Fender models from the Tone Master Pro,
Yes.
It'd be worth it. And then all the pedals in there. Greg says his best purchases of 2025. The Tone King preamp panel, which I do think that thing's pretty amazing, and I haven't even played it, but I would actually like one of those. And then the Custom Shop 56 Strat. I mean, those are pretty good purchases. Yeah. That would be fun. Like, what is everyone's best purchase?
Yeah.
Of last year? I don't. What, did you buy anything big last year?
I haven't bought shit in like 2 years. Like really, like
yeah.
Like I bought like some cool pedals and stuff for
like smaller things like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I
haven't bought anything.
I got a cool microphone recently, but that's I don't know. Guitar wise, I'm hard pressed. I want to buy. There's 2 guitars I really want to buy, but I'm having a hard time.
It's tricky, right?
Letting myself say it's okay that I want to buy this and buying it. You know, y'all ever have that?
Yes.
I'm sure everybody in the comments will be like, "You idiot!" No, I mean like, it's a tough decision sometimes. It's like I want a 335 that we got next door, but it's also knowing like it's a lot of money. Like to just be like, boom, and be like, okay, and now I need to like gig and get like I'm kind of forcing myself to say, do something, then you can buy something.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I have had a lot of. I haven't bought anything. I acquired 2 pretty awesome guitars last year.
Yeah.
They were given to me crazily enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is absurd.
It is.
But true.
But
and then
it's badass.
But I haven't bought anything.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I could see myself like really wanting, I feel like there are amps that I want, but I don't need. You know what I mean? Like I don't need any amps. Like I've got great amps. I would love to have either a great Les Paul or an SG. I'd love to have a great resonator. Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. I think for me, I fall in the lane of I want a really nice telly. I love my antique one, but I would also love to just have one that is like the one that I'm like.
It's hard when you're inundated with custom shop stuff.
Yes.
To be like, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. I know that sounds elitist, but but just or something like that, or something vintage, or something. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Even though that's a killer workhorse telly, and those pickups are
and
amazing.
I play the shit out of that thing. You know, it's
great. A lot.
But I think
I've maybe seen you play that more lately than any other.
Yeah.
Like, cause I haven't seen you play your custom shop Strat.
I use that at home, and like, not that I wouldn't take it out and play it, cause I usually have it with me. I just end up playing that telly the whole time. But I play that whenever I'm just like kind of practicing and shedding a bit. You know.
Chad B says just borrow it. Well, I do enjoy borrowing it. So yeah, if I come to a spot where I like need it, or like for pressing for a project, I will absolutely bother it, which I appreciate that. Resonators are the guitars I've always wanted but can never justify. I feel like I've had that a lot through my life, where like for 12 strings or resonators or like things that are sort of niche things. Yeah. But I feel like I'm finally at a point where I've got all my sort of normal bases covered. I'd like to have a nice mandolin, not nice. Yeah. A nice-ish mandolin. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. Like a good, probably not top of the line Eastman, but something that is
somewhere in that like $500, $600, $700 to $100 to $1,000. Yeah. Somewhere in that neighborhood.
So you can be playing your REM licks, dude.
I like how we know, like, oh yeah, that's what you're gonna play. No. I think. Those are pretty fun.
Let's run through some people's picks here, and then we'll get back to talking about our guitar lust. We got I saw it start somewhere. Mayor McChee says a Hercules dust extractor.
Yep.
Nice. I would love a deluxe or tweed deluxe head reissue. I think we all would. That'd be kind of cool. The 62 Super looks badass. I know it's
we still haven't friggin' seen one. I would like one of those, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that look badass.
We've got. There may or may not be a 59 tweed basement behind me. Yeah. I need to explore that a little more.
Explore. He
knows.
Like
Sean wants to explore this the concert.
It's bad news.
I love that too, dude.
Every once in a while, I'm in here and I'm like, I gotta take 5. I'm like, I need 5 minutes.
Let's just play for a minute. Let's just play it.
Khan's purchases were any of his car amps and Casino Baby M80, and the J485 a lot as well. He likes his J45 that he recently got, which is killer. That was a good guitar.
That is Gibson acoustic is definitely on my list of wants. Not actual need, but
same.
On my list of pretty bad wants.
Chad B said only 2. That is where there are other things, vicinity wise, and I'm like, oh, if I had something like that, that'd be really cool too. A Gibson acoustic would be great because I've been writing a lot of songs lately, or at least sitting down and singing and playing, and I'm like, that'd be fucking dope. I do need a Firebird too at some point. I played a couple.
I mean, there's just
we had a vintage one come in, and I was like, God.
Dude, I played. One of my students, Daniel, brought in this old Ibanez Destroyer last night.
Yeah.
It's got kind of like the Explorer shape, but bigger.
Yeah.
Super light. I was like, that guitar. It had that sound. It had that certain late 70s, early 80s rock and roll, and I was like, okay.
It's kind of fucking weird whenever you play something that's totally not your speed, and you're
but you're just like, yeah.
This is good.
Okay.
I played a couple of Jacksons lately that I'm like, what? What's wrong?
It was just fun.
Did
we say Sean's Roadworn Ventera 2 Telly in Burgundy Mist?
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty badass.
That's cool.
Maximilian said, I reached out to you all trying to trade a few 70 Strats and Tellys and got a very disinterested reply. Well, we are sorry about that. Unfortunately, we don't we don't necessarily take everything trade-wise.
Now,
because we just can't really do it all the time.
Yes. And know, too, that whatever it might have been, it might have just been a bad time for us. Also, who'd you talk to? If it was me, sorry. But
I'm not sorry. No.
They call me the fireman. But you, sometimes it's just, it's tough. You know what I mean?
It's tricky.
We're jam-packed with guitars. We can't give you the best offer, and sometimes we like to tell you, hey, sometimes your best bet's going to be probably selling it on your own, unless you want to trade it in.
You hit these spots, and we're in one right now, where, nobody wants to flat out buy guitars for the most part, right? Because, maybe the economy's funky or time of year, but everyone wants to trade, right? And so everybody wants to trade their stuff they're tired of for, the newest, greatest stuff.
Yes.
And me too.
Yes.
But,
we're jam-packed.
From our point of view, right? We're not quite like Sweetwater or Guitar Center where there's an endless supply of the new. We kind of sometimes have to be otherwise we'll end up with all of our sort of top pieces that we kind of need to sell for actual money.
Yes.
Gone. and the 70s stuff is awesome.
It is, yeah.
But typically we try to buy 70s stuff and kind of sit on it.
Yes. So we're not. That stuff to us is a future investment, primarily. And right now we have a lot of it in the closet, but also we're kind of what are It just is what it is. So
yeah, for sure. I wish we could take everything and make amazing deals and everything, but it just doesn't always work out that way.
Absolutely. Remember that Skylar is a huge part of your guitar buying decisions now. You are a young family and you need to look out for the future. That's kind of the point. But she also, eggs me on. She told me, she's buy the 335. She told Jonathan, she's like, it sounds real good. And I was like, listen. But it's also shit.
You have got a wife very much like mine in that regard. That, they're sometimes supportive to a fault.
Yes.
Sometimes you need someone to say, hey, whoa there,
exactly.
Pal. Pull the reins a little. But then our wives are
yes.
My wife has never told me, not that it's black and white, I have to go ask and she's yes or no. You know what I mean? But my wife has never been no, don't buy that. My wife is usually just go ahead, just buy it, we'll figure it out. And I'm no. So, and I think Skylar's probably like that.
Same thing. What she'll do is she'll sit down and she'll want to hear it. And then she'll say, okay, what do you like about this specific thing? And she just wants to know for her own ideas of what it is that I like about guitars,
so she can find you a better version for cheaper.
Exactly. But I'm in the same boat. She's never said no or yes or anything like that. It's just more so we both try to be responsible enough to not, get into the habit of oh shit, I gotta buy this I gotta buy that.
It's easy to get in the cycle As soon as you buy the new thing, you're like, okay, what's the next thing?
Exactly.
Yeah. My wife insists that I learn to play what I have before I buy another, and she's not wrong. I mean, if you want to be all, logical and responsible. I bet Chad undersells is playing a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because there's always the guys who are like,
Reese's
what?
Cup.
What?
Where'd you find that out on the ground? What?
Yeah.
God bless you.
These are special edition flavored.
Peanut butter pie. Listen to me.
Indeed.
This is why JP is the best. I don't care what you and Baxter say for all your shit talk.
We can keep the boy. I guess he can hang around.
You have to let me know what you think of them.
Pumpkin pie or peanut butter pie?
I mean, and they're crunchy peanut butter.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crunchy.
I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm a fan.
That's good.
I'm a fan.
My favorite ones are definitely the Easter eggs. It's more peanut butter to chocolate ratio.
There is something about all of those different shaped ones.
Special edition.
Christmas tree, the ratio. You're right.
I mean, I wish every month they had a different one because I would just buy them and be at nuts.
Tom says she hasn't stopped me yet. We gotta bring Christy on.
Yeah.
I know what she was supposed to, and then she blew us off. But
someone said in chat, edibles. That's surprise.
the camera's melting. God, that would be great actually.
I like it. Yeah, I do think Chad is maybe secretly.
I'm just saying,
hiding.
it's always those guys who are like, I got all these things I can't play them, and then they play, and you're like, what?
We just talked about
Chad's probably better than all of us.
casino curated and curated guitar shops recently in a video, right? Here's the thing: whenever you come into certain shops, like GCs and stuff, there's this kind of attitude of like, go ahead, play. We don't like that. We try and make it comfortable because we get it. It's kind of weird. It's like whipping your dick out and being like, well, that's it. What do you think? We don't look at people's dicks. We just kind of say, hey, man, come in, play guitars, have fun. There you go. So go to a shop where they don't look at your dick and do whatever you want, man.
Unless you're into that. If you're into that.
Chad, I don't if you played in our shop, none of us would be like, "Oh God, stop that! You're terrible." We just
not to your face.
Yeah, no. Once you left,
can you believe it?
Oh God, no! I promise you, what we're talking about whenever people leave. What are you gonna do for lunch?
Or maybe while they're still here.
Maybe while they're even in the room.
Which Chad solves that for us.
He does. He's like, "You want some pizza?" But I mean,
know.
seriously, like we don't. I've never. We only have commentary, and I'll be completely honest with you. We only have commentary whenever people come in and they are screaming loud. I mean, singing loud or playing guitar excruciatingly loud. Like, loud to the point that you're like, holy fuck, what is wrong with you? Like, we like loud guitars, and if you want to take 2-3 minutes, turn up the amp and fucking crank it and rip, do that. But whenever you're just in there, you're... Or let's say you go. And then you stop that, and then you're like, okay, next song. And then you stop that, and you play the next song. It's too much.
Return of TC says, my pet peeve is when the shop owners play the guitars for sale on live chats. This is my guitar. This guitar ain't for sale.
Stop fondling the goods.
And I'm not. I don't think.
What do you think the point of working at a guitar shop is? You think we come here to fucking look at them and dust them with white gloves? Motherfucker, this thing's supposed to be played, brother.
Play it.
That's why we get the ones that are beat to shit, so that I can do this.
That is true.
Hear that thing. You don't want to hear this thing? If it's a relic, it's not as bad. Okay. But yeah, no, seriously. I think that is something else too. In the American economy, the stigma of what a used guitar is a little fucking crazy. People are like, what do you mean you unboxed it at the store and picked it out and tuned it and made sure that everything worked and played it for a minute? Fuck, that thing's beaten to shit now. It's like, No, bro.
There was a microabrasion.
It's literally. What are you doing? Are you gonna make love to that thing? You gonna polish her every night before you go to bed? You psycho.
The returnatee says he doesn't want to buy a used guitar. I want a new guitar. What does that mean?
What does a new guitar mean to you, TC? And we're not knocking you here. Okay, this is not an argument. We're just having a discussion.
I get what you're saying about like the NOS stuff, like being played, just beat to hell. And like,
listen,
you know what I mean, all the time. I get that. I do.
Dings,
but,
dents. If you
but
go
like
through our website, you'll see anytime that we have a ding on a new guitar, it's usually labeled as a shop demo. And we'll zoom in on it. I zoom in on my photos, get real up close, and I show you the dings, right? There's a PRS and Mahi Blue you can go look at. That's a great example right off the bat. What do you think if there's none of that, if there's no pick wear, okay, the guitar has been wiped down and is practically spotless, you know, minus a fingerprint or two. Go. What is new? Does that work?
It is. It is a funny, because like thinking that I read something on well, I don't know where I read it. It might have been in our comments talking about having a warehouse attached to a shop. It was. I feel like it was about the Fender C. I feel like it was something I read before we started, but that if they didn't have the color available, or like Guitar Center has a warehouse. Obviously, Sweetwater has a warehouse. The Wildwood, giant warehouse, right? We have no warehouse.
No.
So what we put out is sort of it, you know.
Okay, so he said a floor model is a used guitar. If it's a custom shop, just keep your hands off. LOL. Okay, so if you come into our shop, let's say you traveled here 5 hours, right? You drove or flew in from out of our state to come to this place. You want to come in and you want to play a guitar, right? Because you're looking for the guitar, your specialized experience. I think there's a duality here, because I think people like you want this. You go to these places, you pick it up.
People like you.
People like you. You want to play the fucking thing, right?
Of course.
But now you're telling me, whenever you walk into the shop, nope. Are you going to buy it? Because what I need you to do right now is pull out a blank check, put it on my desk, and whatever guitar you're going to buy without touching it, I need you to point at, and I'm going to go get it down for you. You're going to sign that check, and then I'm going to hand you that guitar.
Well, the other thing about it is if it's a Casadosa, even a custom shop,
you have no
maybe
idea.
even like a Murphy Lab.
You've never played one before.
You can't have three in the box. They're the same. They're not the same. They're none of the same. Even if they're the same specs, they're not the same, right? So like, that's what's tricky about that. You know what I mean? And then I would dare say a floor model at like GC is much different than what we have hanging on our wall. You know what I mean? Like that's like the Wild West, and they're filthy and they're nasty, and people just come in and jam for hours, whatever. You know, and we're pretty good about like taking care of stuff and
he just
policing that a little bit.
Made a comment. It's okay for customers, not the employees. Here's something I want to tell you.
Okay.
You know what I just said about, what's the point of working at a guitar shop if you can't pick them up and play them and all that stuff? You're seeing the most amount of guitar that we get to play in a week.
Oh yeah, we don't ever touch it. We never sit around playing guitar or the thing.
And I know that it maybe sounds like a hoax or like I'm fucking with you, but no. Like, whenever you see the wear and tear on guitars, it's from the other fuck asses that come in off the street. No offense, and I mean
Sean Unleashed.
I say that lovingly,
and that is infuriating sometimes.
Because
to be fair,
what I want to see maybe in our guitar community at large is if you come in and you play a guitar, you do have some care for it, but you also have some understanding
wash your hands,
do
for
shit
God's
like that.
sake.
But other people play the guitar, right?
Yeah.
And it's like this thing that you're buying is not a cooking utensil. You know what I mean? It's not something that is sterilized. It's like a thing. Like it's like a car, you know? Do you buy a car and demand that the wheels never have been rolled? Do you buy a car and expect it to have never been started? You buy a car and expect no one to have ever sat in the front seat.
There was a crazy young me did think, oh man, I want the one in the box that like no one's ever touched. Yeah. And I've had problems like with that, you know what I mean? Where I played one at a Guitar Center or something. And these are all like relatively inexpensive guitars, but now I kind of get. Tom says pedals and amps new in the box. Like I can understand that, but now
difference is consumer electronics.
Pedals for sure. Mm-hmm. solid state amps, like if we sell you a GTX 50, a Mustang, sure.
Absolutely. I got a storage room full of those. We got a storage room with Princeton.
I will tell you, the boutique amps, there's enough examples where we get them and something is slightly wrong and we send them back, or it's like a little wiring thing from being hand wired, or like a reverb tank died in shipping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you know, like, because the most disappointing thing would be taking home your $4,000 amp, it's never been opened, and you taking it out and the reverb's dead, and I'm not saying that's like every other one, but it's enough, just the nature of those tube amps being shipped across a state or country or whatever. I mean, you know, and the other tricky thing with that, right, is like, that's so much money if you had to have, like, let's say we had to have one Bloomfield drive out on the floor for people to try, and then 3 to sell. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money tied up overhead, you know what I mean?
And not
so
only is it money tied up, but as you said before, all of our boutique amps, I take them out to do photos on, right? If it's a suede 2-rock, it goes back into the box most of the time.
Yeah, that's true, because the suede, you know.
But we take
marks.
those out, we plug them in, I cut them on, and while I'm getting all the other amps unboxed, I leave the amps on so that they warm up, I fire them up, and we play them for 5 minutes each. Not because we're sitting here and we're trying to jerk off, but because there might be an issue, you know? That goes for 2-rock, that goes for car, that goes for Marla, that goes for Magnetone. We do those things because it is a boutique thing that is handmade, and mistakes happen. So if that is a used amp for you now, what else are we supposed to do? You know? Can't do anything. Can't do anything, right?
It's just kind of funny. I mean, like, I kind of get it, but I just... Don't sell me a guitar with black and tarnished strings. I can deal with some dents and scratches, but sometimes it feels like the one. I mean, I don't really want to deal with, you know, I mean, we're striving to not have those things.
Yes.
But yeah, the black strings, I hate. I mean, I think we're pretty good about checking, and then like, usually we put like elixirs or something on the guitars as soon as they need a string change, so that they last a bit longer. We don't have to constantly do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, you should have decent string. And we always check if something sells online. We always check to see if it needs new fresh strings before we
clean it, set it up,
send it out. Yeah, to make sure the setup's right.
If there's ever any blemishes that we didn't realize were on the guitar before it's sold, we usually let the customer know and let them know that we're willing to work with them a little bit on the price if that has happened, but it's rare. So, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just different.
Okay, you guys have to tell us your worst experience with a customer in the store and also your best memorable. I got an answer for those. Hang on, fuck ass pretty much monthly. I truly don't play a guitar in the store unless I'm actually considering buying. You're not a fuck ass, Chad. What I mean by fuck ass, and honestly, it's the fuck asses are the 16-year-olds that come in with their girlfriend and they're in the back playing Gravity poorly, loud as shit, and they decide that they need to pick up a $8,000 NOS guitar, and I've got to go back there and be like, hey dude.
The worst thing is the the high-end acoustics, and people want to be like, you know, like crazy syncopated, like heavy strumming with the pick hitting, and you're like, and then you have to be like, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Here's the other thing too. I know you're good about this because guitar player mind, right? At least to this caliber. When I play, my pick, unless I'm playing a gig. If I'm playing a gig, different story. Whenever I'm testing something or demoing something, I can keep my bracelets off the guitar. I can also keep my pick in this range. Right? At no point is it coming up here and scratching up the wood.
Oh, yeah,
or hitting this pick guard.
And I think that's just a thing. I think that's a thing you learn from working at a guitar shop, like how to play. There's a different... This guitar, this is, like I said, this is my guitar, and it's all scratched to hell right here, because when I'm playing live, I dig in. But when I'm playing here, whether it's a demo or whatever... Sometimes to my own detriment, like I'm conscious of, you know, where only on the strings, pick not deep enough to touch the guitar. I mean, you just gotta think about all that shit.
Well, and then considering what you just said about the people who come in and play the acoustics and beat the fuck out of them. Yes.
Or like the dudes at Merlefest who want to put on their metal finger picks and play Taylors. And
like,
you're like, what are you doing?
Like,
just chewing it up.
That's where you're going to see your issues. That's where, yes, you are right. A new guitar then becomes a used guitar.
Well, and that's when we do have to make them shop models or demo models or...
Yeah.
You know. I don't know.
I'm
I
buying
don't
a
know.
Castadosa. I don't need the employee playing it a bunch. I'm sure it's set up fine by the builder. It doesn't need more wear. You gonna buy the Castadosa? You call me. You say you're gonna buy it right now. I'm gonna go put it in the case. Right now. I'll give you a deal. Right now. Tell me you're gonna buy it. Call me right now.
If.
Find me on Instagram, message me right now, I'll leave my phone on. You can buy it, I'll put it down, I won't touch it a fucking again, dude. You won't know if it's set up or if it plays well or what's going on. But you can buy it right now, baby. I'm going to expect any new guitar out of the box is good to go. If it's not, I'll return it. Exactly. Because you're a... like...
I mean, you know.
If you live in California... I'm not going to open up the guitar. I'm going to have it in the box. I'm going to ship it to you. Okay, I pay $100 in shipping. You're going to get it. You're going to unbox it. Something's going to be wrong because I couldn't check the guitar. You're going to ship it back to me. It's another $100. Are you going to take care of shipping? You going to pay the $200 in shipping back and forth? You going to pay for the week that 2 weeks that it was offline and customers who did actually want to buy it and keep it and have us test it and know if it's good or not? You going to pay for that time lost that we could have sold it?
Let's see. Beanlam says, sometimes I see guys with a zipper jacket or sweatshirt playing something expensive at the shop. We'll just flat out ask, hey, you mind taking off your jacket? If it's like zippery or buttony.
Yeah.
You know.
We've done that, and then at times where that wasn't done, we had a Silver Sky get extremely damaged, which that then became a huge dump.
You know, it's just, you know.
Yeah.
When I got my McCready Strat, Johnny picked it up, played it, restrung it, played it, sent me a video and sent it to me in California. It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the deal. I wonder, return of TC says if it has major issues, it's going back. So does that mean if it has minor setup things, you would keep it? I mean, that's you know, there's a lot of people who don't.
Yeah.
any little minor thing.
There's a lot of
like,
people.
No.
We had a guy. We got Taylor released that GT model. You remember this?
Yeah.
We had a guy in Montana. Yeah. Taylor released this GT thing. It was like a bigger size GS Mini, and it was like the hot new thing from them at the moment. It was really going well. We got one in to demo and show on our YouTube channel here, right? The guy wanted to buy that exact one. So it has plastic on the pick guard, right? And I think it was one of those things where it had come in and we had all looked it over, played it some and stuff like that, and the plastic on the pick guard had some minor scratching on it from one of us. And I'm saying like 6 people who work at the shop played this thing, right?
We're also, to clarify, no one's sitting down and playing any of these guitars for
Hours.
an hour.
Yeah, no.
Not like we're talking like
We're talking
less than a minute most of the time. Sometimes maybe 5 minutes if the guitar is just amazing and or if it's a new model that we're trying to get to know a little bit. You know, we're talking less than an hour with everyone trying it. Everyone being like,
and
you know,
probably the video playthrough of it too.
I mean, like you've been holding this here for a lot, but someone wants to know how much this guitar is.
This is, I think we've got it on our website for $7.99 or $8.99. I can pull it up and see. It is a fantastic baritone, and it's kind of odd to me that we've had this one as long as we've had. It's also got the Abigail Ybarra middle pickup here, which is sick. It's actually, we played it on the, what was it? You can hear a demo of it. I think maybe Baxter's already done one on this. It in that middle position, it really like jumps out at you though. It's kind of impressive.
The GT was the Grand Theater. It was an 11 model, so like an 811 or like all those size. It was the size between like a normal Grand Concert, like which is the 12, like a 412 or an 812, and the GS Mini. So it was like the in between weird one.
Yeah.
No, Return of TC says all I said was my pet peeve is when the live streamers hold play guitars for sale. Sorry, and like I said, this is actually my guitar.
That's fine.
But
I'll burn
it's
in
fine.
hell. Don't worry.
You know,
you can have a pet peeve. You're fine. Don't worry about it. And you can all your thoughts and opinions that you do have, they're yours to have. I can disagree. You know, that's okay. So, but this guy in Montana got this guitar. Oh my God! What are you doing? He gets this
buy this at
recognition.
$7,000. No, this isn't $7,000, but
So
just start scratching shit.
the guy got the GT, right? He wanted it. He had to have it. He wanted the video, all this stuff. We said, okay, we're sending it out. He gets it, and he's like, "There's pick scratches all over the pick guard and all this stuff." And Baxter told him,
It's
I talked to
plastic.
him on the phone. I said,
Peel it off.
the plastic off. I was like, "There's plastic on it." No, there's not. I took it to my tech and everything, all this stuff. I want a refund. Blah blah blah.
I'm not even sure that we like the plastic just looks funky the way it gets put on there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always
like-
looks scratched. You know,
yes,
what I mean? like
it's
the protective
buffed.
film. You know.
Yeah, it's like
it's the protective film.
So we're telling him this, and he's like lost his fucking mind. He sends the damn thing back to us, right? We get it, and I send him a fucking video of me peeling the plastic off. I'm like, because we fortunately were able to sell the guitar again in the time that he was sending it back, and we relisted it. Somebody wanted it still, so we sell it, and I peel the plastic off because I asked the customers, like, "Do you mind if I do this?" And they're like, "No, I don't. Why would I care about that?" Yeah.
If you peel my, I actually the guitars, because some of the high end stuff doesn't have plastic,
No,
especially
yeah.
if it's aged, and so like I don't know, I kind of like the sensation of pulling it off, so I'd be pissed. No,
That's why we ask.
that is why I asked.
So, but you know, it's stuff like that.
The mayor makes a good point. He says, "I'm going to take a wild guess. Them playing guitars on the live ends up in a lot of those guitars getting sold." I mean,
Yes.
1,000%. We often sell guitars after a live stream or video where we just holding them and hanging out with them. And that's probably true on the other
We
one.
have this bit that we do with JP because, as you all know, JP's a drummer, right? And JP's worked with us for almost 6 months now, so he's gotten it now. But whenever we started, we would do demos.
And we like to give JP a hard time,
Yeah.
to be fair.
We do. We like
'Cause
to
it's
pick
fun.
on him. Well, so
But
we're
more
shooting,
little treats like this are going to
He's
tell you what.
working his way up the ladder.
We're getting there.
So we were doing demos, and he was doing some kind of funky shots, like getting our faces in it more and stuff. We were like, that's not the point. He's like, well, I mean, I just don't understand what we're trying to do here. And me and Baxter both looked at him and said, what do you think the point of the video is? He was like, I don't know. And we were like, to sell the guitar. That's the idea, you know? And that's not everything we do, but if it's a demo...
But like our last guitar where we put obligatory sales pitch, that was my idea, by the way. I'd like
was
to take some
amazing.
credit for that. I was like, we just put in this thumbnail. Most of our videos are just for fun,
Yes.
but occasionally
Yes.
we have to try to sell things.
We have to do our job. Sorry.
So but yeah, there's a lot of videos where we play the thing, or we have the thing, or we have a live stream, and people are like, well, I gotta have
fall
that
in love
guitar.
with it. Yeah. I mean,
Which, that's not it. I mean, I think that's just kind of goes without saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing that just to, like, our point of live streaming this morning. You probably picked up the Casadosa because A, it was over here, and B, it's awesome.
it is awesome.
But
Honestly,
there is the thought someone might see that and be like, hell yeah, I've been looking
Yeah.
for a sparkly baritone, or I can't live
Well,
without that sparkly baritone.
you know as well
I
as
mean,
I
probably
do.
not you guys, because you guys are kind of, I mean, not that any of you couldn't buy it, but I'm just saying, like, it'd be weird if you guys were buying guitars every Wednesday, because we all hang out and chat every Wednesday.
Yes.
So, I don't know. But whatever.
But-
I'm not sure that the return of TC, I think that's just his pet peeve. He says,
Yeah.
I think skinny guitars is cool. I trust you don't beat the crap out of Fire Inventory. I promise we try our best.
Jesus Christ, Matt is going off. Sorry. I just saw what Matt said.
Damn.
My pet peeve was people who think anyone else gives a fuck about their pet peeves.
I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. Here's the hack. And I don't know if this is true for every live stream where you see them playing guitars. And I'm just anal and OCD enough that I could see certain live streams where it would bother me. I'm like, oh my god. But anyways, not really. I will tell you this though. Here's a thing. If you see us grab a certain guitar over and over again, and over long periods, it's because we think it's an amazing guitar, and we just like holding it. And so, like, if you're looking for the one that's like, damn, they really love that in the shop, it must be a good guitar.
Honestly, you're gonna see it more on live streams, and you'll see sometimes, like we do the news and stuff. I'll be holding a guitar, and it's
Just to you know.
it's nice to have something tactile to be able to converse with, right? Like
Well-
if I'm talking like this feels natural to me.
It's true that, like, we don't get to sit around very often and play guitar in the shop, right? Like, it's way rarer than you might would think. In fact, when we do, it's like a treat. Like, Baxter and I got some new things that are not released yet the other day, and we sat and played when the shop closed, like 5 to 5:45, and I was like, man, we hadn't done that in a while.
No, it's these little moments.
But it makes that really nice when we do it because that's not a common occurrence. But anyways,
well, it's like the first time
we can't all be norms.
Yeah.
It seems like they play all the time. But
yes. Well, we got a batch of 2 Rocks in, and me and Baxter got to do that years ago. Like, in a way that was really unique, where he sat down
feel them all
and
out.
he just tweaked knobs while I played. He's like, I want you to play all 3 of these, and I'm just going to sit here and turn knobs and dials. That's, that is where we get to have fun, but it doesn't get to happen that often, It's sad.
Larry McTerry trying to leak details here. I didn't even know that. I don't know. Listen, I can't tell you what, and I won't leak anything, but I will tell you that might be on the right track. And if it was the right track, they're home runs.
I gotta tell you who Larry McTerry is later. I don't know how the fuck he knows that, though. I didn't say anything about that. That's crazy.
It's great.
Man. Yeah, Larry McTerry, he's bad news, I'll tell you that.
Bad news.
Bad news. You gotta watch out for that.
Son, I'm bad news.
People love the white glove service.
I appreciate it. 16 inputs so you can play with all your friends. Do you remember Fender had an amp like that at one point? This was like early, I'm talking like 01, 02. It was literally billed as that, like, and they try to get, I think they were trying to get like teaching studios to put them in there where it was 2 inputs. I forgot what it was called, but it was a Fender like solid state amp. And it was, it was a big amp though, and there's this like picture in the magazine of like, this old guy and this kid, and they're like, only need 1 amp. That was the thing. Wow. That was the thing. Larry McTerry, we'll be your friends. We'll be, well, maybe, I don't know.
We might already be.
I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Now, I will say we did have a guy. Well, I better not say this. Never mind. Forget I said anything. It's sometimes tricky to navigate what you should share and what you shouldn't.
Yeah. It is.
It all is tricky.
You should share your credit card.
Like,
if you have a credit card number, I want you to go ahead and type that into the chat right now. And then what I need you to do is give me the 3 digits on the back, all right? Thank you very much.
A real friend would do that.
A real friend
would do that. They would do that. It was something like a front man, but it was literally, it didn't just happen to have 2 inputs. Like the whole, I'm going to see if I can Google it because maybe I slipped into a different timeline and it's all, I imagined it all. It was a fever dream. Let's see.
Fettuccine, you're the man. I knew you'd come through. 69, 69, 69, 69, 69.
Yes.
My favorite card. I heard the new Magnetones come with a Leslie motorized speaker, taking that stuff to a new level on all 12 of the speakers in there. She got some spin to her. No, whoever it is or whatever it is, there's no warble. I'll say that much.
What's the warble?
They're assuming that it had a Leslie in there for all 12 of the speakers.
An actual Leslie.
An actual Leslie.
It's really strange how it could be so small.
I love the idea of them remanufacturing Leslies, like make new ones.
Yes.
I shouldn't say remanufacture. I should, like start again, build new ones. Because I played one of those Rode Mark 8s.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish I had money, dude. I wish I had some money.
All right. I am now on a mission to find this amp and to find the old marketing ad.
We should get one and like have it for a video. That'd be funny.
I mean, like I'm telling you, this was literally like 25 years ago, probably. You know what I mean? But
what if we dressed?
It was an amp.
What if we dressed
exactly
in like Y2K-esque things? No, I mean like total cheeseball, like goofy ass. Like I'll buy a set of Oakley sunglasses. I want to look like Chad Kroeger.
I probably still got all that junk in my attic. You know what I mean? Off the 90s. The 90s weren't kind to me. They weren't kind at all. Have we played the Big Muff 2 yet? You played it yet?
No, I want to. I was hoping I was going to buy one around Christmas time, and then I backed out. I was like, it's not like it's that much, but still, money's tight sometimes, boys.
Money.
Yeah. You must not know how fretware works. Brother, I wonder if you even wear frets down. That's what I'm wondering.
I unfortunately do.
I'll tell you this. Whenever I started working here 7 years ago, I pressed down way too fucking hard.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And Baxter called me out on it. He's like, stop. He's like, you're going to tear up your shit doing that. And he was right.
It will. That is a problem. That is a big problem.
I
only get the divots on the first couple.
Yeah.
You know, from just like you know, playing and getting overzealous with your open course. But
you play 4 3-hour gigs a week, you know?
You know what wears off on mine? It's when you're playing for real and you're doing the bending and vibrato, and if you ever look at the top of your fret skip, like you're literally flattening them out from that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's where I can tell. Like, there's never divots down here. It's just that they get flat, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you see guitars, man. There's divots everywhere, and you're like, holy crap! Like,
dude,
how hard?
I know you've seen a fucking Takamine come through, and there's actual like cavities.
When they're and you're like, how do they even make notes anymore? Right?
I don't even understand.
I do. Bizarre. I've got to take my Taylor and get the first, 3-4 frets are pretty worn, like that, like straight hard divot. And I get that on acoustic, right? Like I see that on acoustic. I still though, my friggin' Telly now with the stainless steel frets.
Yeah.
Whew, so good. They look as shiny and happy and new as the day that old Dan Dinkins put them in for me, and that makes me.
See, TC, that's what you need to be saying. You need to be screaming from the rooftops. Stainless steel. Stainless steel.
I could scream that from the rooftops. That would make me happy. Yeah. If we just said, you know what? Screw nickel.
I mean,
screw it.
If everybody in the industry just said, you know what?
It's
we're going to make a hard
guys.
fucking change. Let's do
adamantium frets.
I was thinking unobtainium, but yeah.
For an extra $500, we'll coat your bones. You'll be impervious.
Todd Roy says, "How often do you recrown your frets, Jonathan?"
Not often enough. Is the
You're a good polisher though. You about every 2 strings.
I'm telling you guys, it doesn't come out in every way, but on some things, I have a little OCD, anal, weird streak.
It makes a difference.
I'm like, but it makes such a difference, and I also think, right, that like you're gonna think I'm crazy. I had a guy tell me, specking a custom shop one day, that he's like, whoa, let's not get, but I believe this, and I think it's true. If you don't let that tarnish and the oxidization build up, I think they do stay harder and last longer. Yeah. But I also think it makes your strings last longer. Mm-hmm. Because I think if you have that filthy corrosion on your frets and you're rubbing your strings against them, yeah. Either way, it beats your strings up quicker. But the other, I think strings tarnish quicker too.
Yeah.
So that's just my little.
I agree. And I think leaving old strings on a guitar too is bad.
Like when I have old nasty strings and I can feel there's divots in the bottom and they're all rusty feeling, and then you hear them go.
But you gotta think
against the top of that fret. My God.
At the moment, these strings are like perfectly round.
Yeah.
Once they get those divots, that abrasion is also not only.
I feel for that all the time, man. Because sometimes your strings will still look shiny, and you run your hand underneath there like that, and it's like pop, 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 pop.
Especially like you're talking elixirs. Mine, I change well before. Like
they don't ever look bad. No. And the other thing I see is those little specks. When I can tell right there, that's when I know I'm about to break one. If when I start to see them do that thing, discolor a little bit right there.
Yep.
By the bridge, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
it's happening.
The same thing for me. And I usually can see it on my low E and A strings. You see those divots start there.
Right. It's bad news. It's bad news. But I mean, it is funny how like good working, well maintained guitars.
Larry McTerry said that Bud Cole is a vampire.
Oh my God, he looks kind of like it. I think he has a pulled back like ponytail, but I thought he had a buzz cut for a while in that video, in that picture they released. You know what I'm talking about?
Is it a pulled back?
Tony Baxter
no way.
Pointed that out to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I remember. Now listen, and I will say this. I meant to say this earlier when we were talking.
I'm looking it up now. Go ahead.
We met him at NAMM last year, and he was super nice. And at one point, he got a little perturbed about a video.
Oh my God, you're right.
It is that we put back out about the Fender Tokyo shop. And, he talked to us about it and was like, okay, I get where you're coming from. And then he invited us out to Tokyo at last NAMM. It was super nice. So, I will say in person, super personable guy. I mean, that doesn't necessarily, translate into great CEO. But there's some hopes. No, it is he that could be a vampire and
Listen,
kind of like the strain.
here's the thing though. I don't think the vampire topic is like a negative.
Okay, I when you just had your little mouse thing hovering on his forehead, and I was like, what is that? But it's your mouse, and I was like, oh my god, he's a
like,
vampire.
oh god.
But I'm sure he'll be roaming around Nam, so maybe we'll.
I hope I get to meet him. Straight up, like I think it would be cool if Fender was led by like he should like rock and roll it up a little bit more and like rock and roll vampire and be like that'd be dope. I'd be like whoa.
I mean,
him and Mark Ignici bump into each other in a room and
they're
it's like
it's
leather jackets on.
like Twilight, the vampires versus the werewolves. I can see Mark being a werewolf.
Oh yeah, dude.
Old Mark.
Daddy Mark, baby.
Daddy Mark. I told you the other day I watched those it's Tim Pierce playing those new Tom Anderson, the one that's kind of like an SG.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah,
Got
you
me
were
a little
like
hot and
lusty.
bothered. I was like, whoa, that's good looking and good sounding. And then he was talking about Mark. He was talking about companies that take care of their people. And he was saying that Tom Anderson has always shared profits amongst all the employees, which I thought was kind. And he was saying there's ways to take care of your employees without doing that. Like he said, it was like Norm's never has turnover. He's like only Mark left because he got to go control Gibson. And I was like, okay, but anyways.
Bad man, dude. Sweet Uncle Mark.
Greg says, I had Gibson refret one of my hummingbirds with the gold EVO when it was in for repair. I really like them and can tell the difference between my other hummingbird with stock frets. Frets are maybe an underlooked thing, right?
Yeah.
And it probably depends on the kind of player you are. Like, Baxter is nauseatingly the player who, like, never sets his guitar up, never does intonation.
No clue.
And then it's just like, everything's perfect, and you're like, how does this work for you?
I've watched him play
stupid things.
That's
why I hate him.
Piece of
That's
shit.
why I hate him.
Like how the fuck, and not like it's unplayable. Like I can do it, but I'm also like so annoyed that I'm like a neck tweak is gonna fix this right now. Dropping my saddles just a little bit is gonna fix this right now. Radiusing it, things like that run through my head quickly, and this motherfucker's just like.
Now I will say this, right? This isn't Baxter's thing because he any guitar like that. If you have the guitar. Mm-hmm. And you're like the frog in the boiling pot of water, and you don't realize it's getting hotter and hotter. You'll just play that guitar and subtly adjust to it as it gets worse and worse and worse over a year or years. I've done that. Like my Red Telly was like that when you were like, "How do you play this thing?" Well, it seemed normal to me because
You got that fret.
I just kind of the pot was boiling.
It's crazy, dude.
And I was just sitting there.
I remember standing there at the wine cellar and picked that thing up. I was like, "What the fuck am I gonna do with this?"
I'm thinking about. I'm about to experiment though. I'm about to take my saddles and raise up my action a little bit and see if I can get that back into a slide machine.
Yeah.
And not sacrifice because the playability on it is so great right now.
Yeah.
But because I just really like that guitar so much, and I like being able to be playing it and then bam.
Yeah. I had my Strat set really low for the longest time, and I raised it up recently, and I was like, you know what? I need sometimes a little bit of fight to a guitar, and not like a ton. I'm not saying like whenever I press down I can see the gap. It's like just enough though that it's actually like okay.
Well, action can be too low for me, where I feel like I can't grab the string for bending the way that I like to play.
Yeah.
And I could see if you were just kind of trying to shred like how you want, you know what I mean? But,
super low where it's just like a touch, like
touch it, yeah. And see, I don't really enjoy that most of the time.
Same.
But I just got to get the old the red sparkle.
There's a little Jack White to it, dude. I like it to fight me a little bit. You know what I mean? I like to be able to be like, get in there. You know.
Speaking of Jack White, where is it? Hold on, stay there, Sean. Stay there. These are coming to you all the way from Detroit.
What?
From Third Man in Detroit. What? Daniel went to Detroit for Christmas. Dude. He went to the Third Man. He's like, I know. He's like, I don't know about you, Jonathan, because you're stupid, but I know that Sean and Baxter like Jack White.
Absolutely.
So he brought us 3 stickers to split up however we wanted.
This is gonna go on my little guitar cabinet at home. You know? My recording cabinet. That's gonna be cool. Thank you.
I figured that's. I think if I end up doing some more vinyl.
Yeah. Johnny Rock. Oh yeah, dude. Yes, I already know where you're going. Do it.
Cause what's his name did win there, you know. There, Jesus, Jack Reefer Madness White. I like it. I like it. But anyways,
That's awesome.
shredding fences. I've been running into a problem with low action where if I bend the string, the adjacent string can end up fretting, resulting in an ugly double stop. This is a true thing. A lot of times if I'm doing a bend, right, like if I'm bending this string, this hand is muting the fret 2 frets back so that whatever happens when I hit that other string, you know, it's muted. But you know, that's all. That is all. I second the requests for an outro jam when the time comes. We could outro jam. We had a nice little outro jam 2 weeks ago. Should we outro jam? Do we have playing things right here? Cables. I see 2 cables right there.
Oh yeah,
right there.
We can do that. I'm game for that.
What's Sean gonna play?
I don't really know. What I feel like I should play something not too
Weird. Weirdish.
Maybe I'll just go to the super reverb like a man, you know?
Super reverb.
Like a damn man.
Celebrity death match. Jack White versus Arbach. Who's winning?
I feel like Jack White. I like Dan Auerbach, but he's just a little too lackadaisical to where Jack White is still like, you know, you see him get on stage and he's all over the place, you know, to where like Dan Auerbach, he's like, Jack White's fucking kicking shit and screaming and hollering.
Yep. Sean. Oh my God!
He's gonna get his warble on, baby.
I would never warble.
He would never warble.
That's not true. I would warble. I would warble. Maybe not that loud though. Trying to be quiet. What are we gonna warble on?
Keep it in B minor for you. How about that?
All right, you guys are awesome. Thanks for
Y'all are the
hanging
best.
out with us. We shall see you next week.
That's right.
I do believe.
We'll have some fun. A little pre-NAM talk.
It'll be delightful.
It will be.
Prenam.
Pre-NAM.
Enam.
And then
as we
whenever
call
we
it.
get to NAM, a little live stream action from
NAM.
the NAM.
From the Nams.
It'll be good. So, thanks for being awesome, guys.
Everyone be nice to each other.
Be nice. Be cool.
Try your best.
Try your
Oh yeah,
best.
somebody sent me and Baxter some beard oil.
Oh,
Mostly
yeah.
for Baxter because we talked about how he has no beard oil on last, and I don't even know who it was, but I used it this morning, and I kind of liked it. Baxter took the one jar and the wax, and I just took I took the other one, but pretty good stuff.
Crazy.
I did quite the beard trim going into NAM. You know, I have to do it about once a year, about every 6 months
It's
or
a
so.
good trim, though.
I have to trim the hair, trim the beard, and then grow back
I
into my
noticed that yesterday. I was like,
my
look at that.
fuzziness.
I was like, Johnny, cut it back some. Trim the edges, baby.
Anyways, we love you guys. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, try the new channel, maybe, if you want to. If you don't, whatever. And we'll see you. We're going to go play all the guitars
Bingo.
with heavy picks.
Yes, we will.
Oh, my God. Goodbye.